Here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. With us is Kirk Stuart. With us, it's Joey Tron, Brian Bitler, Jovan Burts. Rod Zawacky will sign in here bottom of the hour. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Bitler, Burts, Stewart, Tron, Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. Pretty much baseball here on the board tonight. 11 games in the primetime hour. We have game 2 of the Toronto and Baltimore starting as well in this hour. So let's get the show underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Brian Bitler. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brian in right now. Ready to start here with a pretty high-profile game for Major League Baseball. Brian, what's happening?
Oh, great to be with you here on a Monday night. I got to say, I've had winning day 6 of the last 7, but yesterday was brutal as I had a bad day. But you know what? Start of a new week. This baseball card definitely full of landmines today, but I think there's a couple value spots here we can take advantage of.
Absolutely. So this is the high profile tonight. MLB Network will have Yankees at Phillies. We see the Phillies at $1.32. The total sits at 9.
Yeah, I'm looking at the New York Yankees, like you said, visiting the Philadelphia Phillies here for a drive-through Monday play. Possible World Series preview here. Definitely think we're going to see a playoff-type matchup here. Just two of the better pitchers in baseball, Luis Gil with a 3.10 ERA, 1.08 WHIP. You got Zach Wheeler, definitely a perennial Cy Young candidate. He's coming into this game, 2.55 ERA, 0.96 WHIP. Both pitchers have great strikeout to walk ratios, but let's not forget these teams do have solid bullpens as well. I think we're in store for a 3-2 type of game where the runs are tough to come by, but this Yankees team was in one hell of a slump, but we're starting to see them pull out of that a little bit, scoring 19 runs over the last 2 games alone against the Boston Red Sox. Phillies 3-7 over the last 10 games. Their offense just seems not to be clicking right now. I love the addition of Jazz Chisholm here to the Yankees' already dangerous lineup. You're going to give me plus money with New York Yankees here. I think Wheeler just a tad overpriced. I think the Yankees on the money line here.
All right, we got Brian here, Yankees, money line here, plus 120, showing signs of getting out of that funk they were in as they were able to generate some offense here against Boston over the weekend and prior. Of course, the Philadelphia is a team that's kind of slumping over their past 10 games, just 229. They got some of their players back, after we saw injuries to Schwarber and Harper, but the bats have still cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, Schwarber and Harper are back, but I think it's just maybe the long season that every team goes through, highs and lulls. This might just be a Phillies lull. I think down the road, you're going to see this Phillies team making that playoff run. But here tonight, not that either team needs the game more than the other. I just think you're getting pretty nice value here with the Yankees. I think Luis Gil, he's looked pretty, like I say, unhittable. He's looked very solid. I think you're going to put that with the Yankees bullpen and give me plus money. Hard to turn down the Yankees here.
Yeah, especially a Yankee team that has been 17-8 as an underdog, returning nearly 10 units this year. And of course, against high-quality opponents that win with a 540 higher win percentage, Yankees 29-17, returning plus 6 units. So against the good teams, they've been able to hold their own and turn a profit.
Yep, and that's what you want to. That's what you want to be backing here. And, I wonder what that Phillies record is. I know they aren't too good on the run line this year. They're a great home team.
I got it right here. When the Phillies face teams with a 540 or higher win percentage, 16-15, losing about 3 units.
Yeah, so you're losing money betting the Phillies because they're always, the Yankees are always a public team, but this Phillies, with their winning, people love to bet the winning teams. The Phillies' best record, or one of the best records in baseball. Definitely going to incur some action here at home.
Yeah, with just one game over 500 against the elite teams. They played 31 teams that had a 540 or higher win percentage, just one game over 500, minus 3, and it lost there. So the Yankees have played the better baseball against the top teams in the league. Brian here on the Yankees here, plus 120 against the Phillies tonight here at 6:40 Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick.Print for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, 11 games on the board as we concluded game 1 of that doubleheader between Toronto and Baltimore with a pounding of Toronto. 11 games remaining. You can see Brian enjoying a great 2024. Christmas in July. What do you have going over the site?
I tell you what, just one premium pick tonight, and that's rare for me, but I love my one play today is a titanium play in Major League Baseball. Get that $19 over at pickdogs.com. 6-2 last 8 titaniums. I have winning days of 6 on my last 7. Long-term record for the titaniums 137, 103, and 1. That's a 57% hit rate. Last 241. Also take advantage of Christmas in July as we're running out. Just a couple more days left. You get my 1-year pass for $1,000. Use code PICK at checkout. You're going to get an additional 15% off. So $850 for a year breaks down to just dollars a day. Definitely want to take advantage over at pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. We're going to see the great results from Brian. Nearly 2,000 units of profit. Christmas in July. Big reductions on that year pass. And Pick is a promo code, saving that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week. But we can always catch up with you daily here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel with your contrarian angles.
Yeah, make sure you check out my sharp betting contrarian predictions every day on the YouTube channel. About to shoot another one of those for tomorrow. Also on the weekends, try to hang out with the guys. I was there on Saturday with you, Tony T. Yeah. We had a good time talking about sports and throwing out some picks as well.
That's right, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. So when Brian drops those videos, his video series, you get it right away and catch him on the weekend shows as well. All right, Brian, have a great week. We'll catch up with you Friday.
Thanks for having me, Tony. I'll catch you on Friday, hopefully after a preseason win on Thursday. I'll definitely see you on Friday.
That's right. Brian Bitler here on the drive to That's Right preseason football Thursday night here as we begin football on Thursdays, I think, until February. So we're going to be stocked with games here, no doubt. Yeah, even counting the college football, because some of the college football playoffs will be a Thursday as we get into January. All right, guys, time for that chat pick of the day. It's going to be a good one. Braves and the Brewers. So if you like the Braves, a little bit of plus money there with the Braves. Letter A. B for the Brewers. C for the over. D for the under. It's our chat pick of the day. Of course, we'll track this throughout the show and give you the chat pick at the end of the show. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Time to welcome in Jovan Burts. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also produces content here for the channel. Jovan, what's happening? Oh, we got Jovan there. Looks like he's trying to set his camera up. You there, Jovan? Let's see what's going on with Jovan here. We got the first pick here is looks like we got an under in here. Yeah, we did get an under here from Ron Crawford. What's the first pick on the chat pick of the day? I think Jovan either can't hear us, can't see us, or maybe both. I don't know what the situation is. We might have to get to the next. We'll get to the next call, next guest here. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Kirk. Apparently, Jovan having some technical issues there. We'll bring in Kirk Stuart. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Kirk in right now as Jovan tries to get his situated there. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. How are we doing today?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. This is one of the high-profile games of the night because whenever Skeens is on the hill, he gets everyone's attention here. Pirates at Astros. Pirates $1.24 on the road. We see the total 7.5.
Yeah, I think it's tough to look at the teams in this one. I mean, Pirates, Astros. Astros are definitely the better team, but with Skeens on the mound, I think they're rightly favored in this one. But the Astros they're fighting for something. I don't think the Pirates really are in contention for the playoffs. But when Skeens pitches, not a lot of runs are scored. I'm going under 7.5 in this one. Skeens is a 1.61 July ERA, 0.86 away ERA on the season across his 5 starts. But Pirates have just not backed him up with runs at all. 6 of the last 7 starts for Skeens have gone under 7.5 runs, and I'm expecting the same thing today. On the mound for the Astros is going to be Jake Gloss, who has a 6.94 ERA, but at home it's a 4.70 ERA. I think he keeps the Pirates to not a lot of runs in this one, so I'm going under 7.5 as this has been cashing, and I just can't go against it until we see otherwise from any team to be able to hit Skeens, really.
All right, there we go. Kirk on Pirates, Astros under 7.5. Of course, these teams meet for the first time. That means they have not seen Skeens yet. It's very limited so far for Skeens. But one thing to note here, Kirk, when you're betting unders here, you're looking at Skeens. You got to be happy the fact that he's gone at least 7 innings or greater in 4 of his past 5 starts.
Yeah, no, I don't love the Pirates bullpen too much, but with how far Skeens is going into these games, I mean, the bullpen does probably gets 2.5 innings for the Pirates. So unless Skeens really gets beat up bad, which I don't expect, which has not happened all year, I do like the longevity Skeens does go into games. So that really helps here on the under.
All right, under there, 7.5. As you know, Kirk has been following Olympic basketball. We get into the game two of the group stages. We lead it off tomorrow, early, 5 a.m. Eastern time. Greece and Spain. Looks like Greece is going to be about 4.5 point favorite. Total 163.
Yeah, I think this is a spot where you can play Spain on the money line. They have a lot of players that, if you really dig deep, like Alex Abrines, Sergio Llull, they've been around for a long, long time, and they kept that first game close. So I think this one, I would go with Spain on the money line. I think they're the better all-around team. I know you have to stop Giannis somehow, but I like the plus money on Spain in this one.
All right, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, Australia and Canada. This is one of the higher profile games here. We're seeing here Canada going to lay 6.5. You better get the best number. We saw what happened on Saturday. The total sits here at 178.
Yeah, that was a tough break for some people on Saturday for that Canada game, but I ended up pushing, so I was fine with it. But still, it was a tough one. But I think Australia is one of the sleeper teams, along with Germany, to medal in this tournament. I think France, U.S. is probably the top two favorites in this one, but I think Australia, along with Canada as well, I think those are probably the top three medal favorites. So I think Australia, though, they're a sleeper team, and I thought Canada was going to be greased by a little more. I wasn't that impressed with how they closed out that game.
Yeah.
They were up by a lot, but then they really let Greece climb back into that game. And with Australia, they have a lot of guys on who's played on that team and together for a while, as in Patty Mills and who else am I thinking of? I forget his name, but they have a lot of guys.
Yeah.
What, sorry?
No, I was remember if Della DeVoe is still playing. I can remember.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's
no, he
there.
did play last game.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, and Josh Giddey seems like he's coming into his own on that team with 18-8-8 in his first game. So I think this is going to be a competitive game. I'm going to go with the plus points with Australia in this one.
All right, France at home had a horrible start to their game against Spain. They were able to win with a big push in the second quarter. France and Japan head-to-head. France 17, total 163.
Yeah, these are the type of totals that kind of scare me, just because France could be up 25, but then for the point differential, Japan gets 10 points at the end, because point differential really matters in this one. Personally, this game is a no bet for me. I think if France keeps their pedal on the gas the whole entire game, I think they should cover this. But, I mean, Rui Hachimura, he could get hot. Yuta Watanabe could get hot. They have a couple other guys on that team, so that's a no bet for me personally.
All right, the late game 3 Eastern time features Group 2 games here in group stage. Germany and Brazil. We're seeing here that Germany favored here, 13, total 168.
Yeah, I think this is a really tough one as well. I mean, Germany played really well against Japan, but we saw Brazil. They looked like they could play the course against that France team in the first half, and then it kind of went the other way. I do think Germany has the edge, but 13 and a half. It keeps climbing, too. I saw it at 12 earlier today, so that's a tough one. I would probably lean Germany, but no real one in that game.
All right, there you go here from got you the 4 games covered here from Olympic basketball here for action tomorrow. So you got to start. Remember, it starts in men's basketball begins tomorrow 5 a.m. Eastern time as they split them out about an hour and a half, a couple hours between each game, 2.5 hours between. So there you go for the coverage. Have you observed anything in Olympic soccer, or you're just kind of holding off on that because it's just a different? It's just the younger players are in this, and just a few of the veterans in there.
I've been watching a little, but I haven't really been betting or anything like that. I think it's just too hard to really know about all these different guys, and maybe once it comes to the knockout stages or something, I'll throw something on. But now I'm still kind of getting to know most of these under 21 players who I haven't really heard of too much. So pretty much staying away from it.
All right, just getting ready because remember in soccer we're getting close, but a couple of weeks away here from the return of the major leagues in Europe.
Yeah, no, I'd say I've been doing a lot more research on just sleeper teams in Europe and all sort of stuff than that, and kind of just letting the Olympics sit in the background or something like that for soccer.
All right, here you go. So for the show, it's going to be under 7.5 tonight. Astros and Pirates. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Still, we've got 11 games left to go in Major League Baseball. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack and my best play of the day up for $20 on the site. It's been a really, really tough, probably 2 weeks since the All-Star break now, and looking to turn it around this week. So hopefully have 3 winners today. Hop on board that. 2 days left in Christmas in July. And yeah, it's my first Christmas in July with Pick Dogs. I haven't been here yet for a full NBA season. Haven't been here at all for college basketball, NFL, or college football. So a lot to look forward to. So make sure to hop on that yearly package with me.
That's right, guys. You got to go to Kirk Stuart over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember the Christmas in July, and you'll be able to save even more when you use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. Right, Kirk, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. We'll talk with you there. Looks like we'll talk to you on Friday. That's right, Friday. And also, let everybody know what you got going on over at Pick Dogs with the video series. I know you and Gordon will get ramped up again here as we get closer to the start of the European leagues in soccer, and of course your MLB totals as well.
Yep, me and Goran are about 16, 17 days out exactly from the first start. I think it's La Liga on the 15th of August. So we'll be going right back at it for the next 10 months in soccer. And MLB totals have actually been pretty good, 6-4 in the last 10 plays. So I got 2 on the board still that haven't started yet tonight. So make sure to check out that video. And there'll be another video up every single day for the rest of the MLB season for the MLB totals.
Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Kirk drops these video series, MLB totals and the soccer with Goran, you get notified and get those plays right away. All right, Kirk, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. Kirk Stewart here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show. Guys, keep an eye on that chat pick of the day. Tonight it's Brewers and it is the Braves. You see the total there and you see the numbers. If you like the Braves, it's A. Type B in the chat for the Brewers, C in the chat for over, D in the chat for under, and we'll keep an eye on this and we'll give you guys the chat pick of the day at the end. So far, everyone's getting action here. 2 on the under, 1 on the rest of them. So keep these picks coming in. All right, let's try again with Jovan. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jovan in right now. More baseball coverage here on the show. That'll be the theme of the show today, obviously. Will be Major League Baseball. I think we'll be set to roll here with Jovan. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Late night tonight. Bailout game, Nationals at D-backs. We see the D-backs $1.52 with a total of 9.
Yeah, bailout game it is, and I'm on the Diamondbacks on the run line to get it done in a big way. It's a situation where we're going to attack Mitchell Parker. He's been serviceable overall this year, but lately not so much. 8.14 ERA in his last 5 starts. His last 2 have been atrocious. 3 innings that he served up 6 runs, and the start before that, he didn't make it out the first inning. 2 in the third, gave up 5 runs. And, it's just a situation where, get into these dog days of summer and, some of these pitchers who really aren't worth their salt, they're regressing. And I think Mitchell Parker's one of those guys. He's a lefty, so he's going up against a Diamondbacks team who's feasts on lefties. They're batting .270, overall. At home, around that average, .267, at home versus lefties. And it just makes for a game where you're going to see a lot of scoring, a lot of guys crossing the plate as far as I'm concerned. On the other side, you got Jordan Montgomery, and while he's been a fade pitcher, and I don't really touch him, and this is the reason why it's not a premium pick. He has pitched better over his last 5 starts. He got blown out 1 start for like 7 or 8 runs, So it's making his numbers, his last five numbers, look a little bit a little bit inflated. But overall, he's settled the ship. He's a Grizzly veteran, and can't ask for really much more than that. So I think even though he might give up a few runs himself, I think that Mitchell Parker gives up more. Then once you get to these bullpens, it's advantage Diamondbacks. So yeah, it's Diamondbacks on the run line, getting that plus money. You
All
gotta
right.
get greedy.
That's right. So you got to turn that minus 152 to a plus 127 there with the D-backs run line. Lay the run in half here at plus the 126. Yeah, you got to count on these Arizona bats, which have actually done well at home this year, 266. And they've also been able to hit left-handed starters. So there's a couple, there's some offensive numbers there back in this Diamondbacks team here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, hopefully they get it done, because one thing about Parker, he's gonna give you opportunities. To hit something, multiple run base hits, and so on and so forth. He's been giving up hit by the bunches. Like I said, start before last, he didn't make it out the first inning. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where I think his confidence might be a little shaken. He doesn't have that great of stuff in the first place. It's not like he's a flamethrower or anything like that. So, you know, it's just looking like all systems go. Hopefully, you know how baseball is. You could have a pitcher that's throwing up lobs, throwing up meatballs, and you can't get barrel on the ball, and you're dead. But in this spot, the Diamondbacks.
All right, looks like Jovan here will be on the Diamondbacks. Yeah, it's yours cut. Okay, you're back. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, you just for a second froze there. All right, so Jovan here on the D-backs, lay the run in half, plus 126 tonight, 9:40 Eastern time. Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for nice action. 11 games still left on the board here for Major League Baseball. Christmas in July, what's going on over at the site?
Yeah, we got a 3-pack going today. I also have my laser show uh play going up, for MLB, all MLB action over here. You know, and slowly turning up the heat in the majors. Looking to keep it going. We got preseason football. On Thursdays. It's right here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't need me to beat a dead horse, but where it's at over here with the NFL. So if you're looking to get some action on the NFL, I'm gonna get you into plus money. That's for damn sure. Over the last 2 years, I'm number one NFL handicapper on the website. Last year was a second place finish. Year before that was a first place finish. College football, even though it was an off year for me last year, I'm usually on the leaderboards in that. Usually a top 3 finish, top 5 finish. So it's gonna be a revenge tour on that sport. So ask me over one of the other handicaps for the 2-4 Capital Emotional, or check me out something long term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. And we have Christmas in July. Yearly package for me is 33% off. You know, it's gonna be a magical run that I'm gonna go on for the end of the year into next year with the other sports involved as well. College basketball, NBA, and then in the springtime we'll get right back into baseball. So and the other peripheral sports, even hockey. So yeah. It's gonna be a magical run to last half of 2024 and then into 2025. Jump on board.
And so Jovan Burts over at Pick Dog, who see great results in football, college football on the way. And he mentioned that 1 year all sports pass covers every premium play that Jovan loads in the system. It covers all the sports, NFL, college football, NBA, college hoops. He'll delve into hockey a little bit, baseball as well. Any peripherals he delves into as well. And remember, it's $300 big discount off his 1 year pass. You can also save even more when you use the promo code PICK at checkout. Does apply to the already discounted price. So get on board with Jovan with that 1 year all sports pass. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on Friday. But let me know you also produce a video series here on the channel as well with your parlay shorts.
Yeah, I have a video short 2-team parlays that I put up on the website most days. Today's one of those days. Got one up, so looks like it's gonna be a hit or two total plays. So got a lot of things covered for this nighttime action, free plays and premium. So check it out.
Yeah, so check out Jovan Burts there. Pick Dogs Premium. Get the video series with the parlay shorts that's produced one up there right now, so go check it out. All right, Jovan. Have you made any bets in the Olympics, or is just kind of best video what you're watching in the background?
Nah, yesterday was the first day that I even turned on the Olympics. Really, not other than outside of like years past, I used to look at it more. This year, not so much. I'm just not into it. It's just, another year of the Olympics. And I might catch. It's really like it's a USA infomercial as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? They're gonna run up the medal count. They're gonna run up the gold medal count and all that. If I get my ears, to something that upset might happen, I might look, for plus money. But other than that, I'm not really looking into it like that. It might be on the TV once or twice. If I catch some basketball action that's if I see something go across like the scoreboard, a close game or something, I might check it out. Because I know that, let's say Canada's facing, I don't know, Serbia or something. I know who's on those teams. I know the NBA players that's on those teams. I might check it out. But other than that, I'm not really too interested in seeing the U.S. Beat up on teams. And pat themselves on the back and ass.
There you go. All right, there from Jovan. All right, Jovan. Have a great night, and we'll catch up with you Friday.
All right. All right. Have a great night. Win and see you on Friday.
We'll see you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue here on the show. Guys, keep an eye on that chat. Pick of the day. We've got Braves and Brewers. Hey, we're getting a lot of support on the Brewers here since this last segment. Right now, 5 on the Brewers, 1 to the Braves, 1 over, 2 under. You see the letters there. Type that letter that you support here. It's A for the Braves, B for the Brewers, C over, D under. It is the chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, it's time to welcome in Joey Tron. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Joey in right now, ready to roll more. It's going to be all baseball today, guys. You know that. You've seen it. Just look at the calendar. Let's bring him in right now. Joey, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How you doing? We're talking my favorite sport.
There we are. Baseball is indeed, right? We're looking here, Royals and White Sox, kind of been a one-way when you look at the series history here. Royals $1.67, total 9.5.
Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm definitely backing the Royals on this one. The White Sox have been honestly awful. They've lost 14 in a row now. 10 of those 14 have come by 2 or more. Chris Flexen is on the hill for the Chi Sox. He's 0-3 his last 3 starts. In those 3 starts, he has a 7.04 ERA and 1.63 WHIP. At home, he's 1-5 this season with a 4.80 ERA. Alec Marsh is on the hill for Kansas City, and I think this is a great rebound spot for him. He's 1-1 his last 3 starts with a 6.0 ERA. However, he has a 1.08 WHIP, and I really like for him to have a nice start tonight. I suspect he's going to be on a short leash tonight because this is definitely a critical series for the Royals. They don't want to blow any games against the White Sox, but I look for them to get the bats going tonight and cover this run line.
All right, there we go here with Joey here on the KC Royals run line. Lay the 1.5 here at even money. They'll be the road team, so they're going to get all their 9 at-bats here against a dismal White Sox team. It's just an awful. It's the team at home that can't hit a minus 87 run differential at home. The bullpen's been bad, as you said. They got outscored 22-6 by an anemic offense there in Seattle over the weekend.
Yeah, I was on Seattle on the money line yesterday, and I got them at like minus 107, minus 110, and I honestly regret not taking the run line at that juicy price. Like, the White Sox just can't do nothing, whether it's pitching, batting, just nothing goes right for them. Yeah,
I understand why the people were probably nervous of the Mariners because they can't hit, but that's a massive step down in class for these Mariners going into Chicago. I was surprised. That was my best bet yesterday was the Mariners.
Yeah, I'll be honest. As a Rockies fan, it makes me happy knowing the Chicago White Sox are in the league still.
That's right. That is right. But you know what? As a Rockies fan, you gotta like them as home dogs, though. That's.
Oh yeah. No doubt. And I've said this my whole life as a Rockies fan. They can score. It's just no pitcher wants to go out there, and I can't blame them. It's a hitter's ballpark. And some pitchers just don't want to pitch there.
No, but what we like about the Rockies is I know they suck on the road, right? They'll have those 2-8, 1-9 road trips. They come home and there's a lot of value on them because people forget it's been like 2 weeks since they've been home. They forget that they show up at home.
Oh yeah, no doubt. One of the spots I really like to take the Rockies is after a long road trip. First 2 games back, I love it. Always discounted price, nice plus money, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but just split one of those 2 games and you'll come home a profit.
Yeah, you will, because they have a lot of 1-9, 2-8 road trips. A lot of them, and people are just down on them, and and they forget about their home numbers, and people look at some of these. They look back at their past results, and sometimes you can't go past 10 games. You get those 10-game road trips, it's perfect because they can't see. People research and can't see the prior 10 games that they were at home. So all they see is, they lost 8 of 10, they lost 9 of 10. This team sucks. I'm not betting them. Thank you, because we know when they're at home, they're a totally different outfit. All right, here we go.
And then they drop 20 runs against a team like the Red Sox.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. It's like clockwork. They finish 500 at home, but then you end up winning about 10 to 15 units. That's just the way it rolls.
It's crazy.
It's crazy with the Rocks. All right, Royals here lay the run line. Listen, enough said. Enough said. It's the White Sox. All right, join us. Take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, it's all baseball. We haven't started Game 2 yet with Toronto-Baltimore, so we still have 11 games on the board. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, so I had a nice winning day yesterday. Went 2-1 on the diamond, looking to keep that momentum rolling into the new week. But as you can see, I'm definitely much better in the WNBA, and I'm definitely anxiously awaiting for that Olympic break to end so we can get back to crushing some women's basketball.
That's right. Get on board here with Joey Tron over at Pick Dogs. It's Christmas in July, so no better time to get on board with that 1 year all sports pass with Joey, covering all the sports that he handicaps, major sports, major leagues, and NFL, college football not too far away. And of course, then comes basketball, hockey, and more. Use the promo code Pick and check out, save 15% off that 1 year all sports pass that has been discounted for Christmas in July. All right, Joey, it's always great having your show. Have a great night. We're still waiting for this Olympic break in NASCAR, but when they're back, you have a video series here with NASCAR on the site.
Yeah, so you can catch my my NASCAR video series, Starter Engines with Joey Tron. Unfortunately, there's another weekend of no racing. However, in one short week after this one, we'll be back at the Richmond Raceway, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one, and I will 100% have a video up with all my best bets for that race.
Very good, guys. So make sure to like, subscribe, set notifications so when NASCAR returns, you get those video picks from Joey with his video series. All right, Joey, have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch up with you again here on Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. You have a great night.
You as well. Joey Tron here on the Drive to. Let's continue here on the show. Guys, keep an eye on that chat pick of the day here. It is 5 on the Brewers, 2 on the Braves, a single for the over, 2 for the under. Chat pick of the day. Keep these chat picks coming in here as we continue to track them here on the show. All right, let's continue here. Yeah, Ryrie Cage says he misses NASCAR again. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Time for Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Bring baseball coverage here and more from Rod. You know, Rod is a man of the people. He may even give you a rundown for the remainder of the games. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much, Tony.
Oh, yeah, muted there, Rod. Here we go.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're back.
Spanked in game 1.
Oh.
Typical Blue Jays for you, right?
Yep. You're singing the blues. The Blues Jays is what's going on. It's been rough.
Well, all of a sudden, after the first inning, they sent out notice that Trey Turner they traded the Mariners, right?
Yeah.
Pulled him right out of the game. He had his first at bat, and then after that, they were like, "Nah, you don't get the bat anymore. We're gonna pull you out. You're going to Seattle. Pack your bags."
He might like that.
He might. Hey, you contend team. Hey, I wish him the best. I wish JT the best in Seattle.
Yeah. Good luck getting that ballpark.
Oh yeah, right. So he's probably liking it. Seattle don't mind it. Another offensive bat that they could definitely use at times. So hey, good win there.
That's right. We'll see how that run rolls here. Toronto's been rough for them. Just getting clobbered here in the opener of the doubleheader. Getting ready for Game 2. Game 2 will start now at 7:10. There has been a time, so it will be in the prime tower. 7:10 start of Game 2 between Toronto and Baltimore. Went a little long because he's put up all those runs.
Well,
and it takes a while.
They're still running around the bases. They're still going.
That's right. Still right. So Game 2 will be in play here on the show. All right, Ryan, we're going here to a pretty interesting one here. Closely lined, Twins and Mets. The Mets at home $7, total 8.5.
Yeah, you look at two teams that are playing not bad baseball. You look at the Mets. They did have their 6-game winning streak snapped by the Braves, losing the last 2 of that series heading into this one. And the Twins, winners of 3 of the last 4 big games, playing good ball. And who's getting the start? Well, it's Jose Quintana getting the start for the Mets here in this one. And, Jose, he's at home, 2-4 with a 3.58 ERA. So about right where his numbers career-wise have been. In night games, he pitches a little higher ERA, 2-4 with a 4.8 ERA in night games has been Quintana. And on the other side, Simone Woods Richardson for the Twins. It's been a definite bright spot for these Twins this season. When he was a reliever and they moved him to the starter role, he's definitely excelled in this spot. 2-1 with a 3.45 ERA away. And in night games, 2-0 with a 3.6 ERA for the Twins. Twins, when he started, 4 of the last 5 games have been wins. I like him here in the spot as well. The Twins, they love to smash left-handed pitching on the road. They're over this season on the road, hitting 273 versus left pitching. Have been these Twins. The Twins also 13-8 in game 1 of a series following a win. Well, you look at this Mets team following a loss. They're 6-6 in game 1. At a coin flip price, I got to take the Twins here with the hotter bats in this one.
All right, Rod here on the Twins. No one really talks much about Simmons with Richardson. Well, he had one appearance last year, one appearance 2 years ago. So typically, he's still a rookie, but he's been one of the rookies per se that has performed well this year. There's no doubt about that. He's got a good number of starts this year. When we look at his numbers here this year, 17 starts. So he's put together a pretty good little a number there sheet here. A whip of 1.11, pretty good strikeouts. He limits his walks just about 7%, which isn't bad for a rookie these times. Gets the ground ball, limits the home runs. When you look at his sheet, he's doing just about everything right.
Yeah, exactly. You look at it as what he's done, especially when he's been asked to do more than what he's was exceeded to do. He was hired as a reliever to pitch a few innings and get your teams out of jams late in innings and stuff, and that's what his job was. And then to give him the starting opportunity, he's excelled at it this season, and you just see him getting better and better as the starts go along. You think he might himself just got himself a new starting pitcher's gig moving forward as Simone Richardson here. So I like what we've seen from Woods Richardson. Blue Jays definitely going, man, we let that guy slip away.
Yeah, there's an angle you bring up which is quite interesting. As we've seen these salaries escalate, we're starting to see a larger separation between starting pitchers and relievers. We saw that with Lugo, right? Lugo left the team because he didn't want to be a reliever. There's more money being a starting pitcher. So now, as these salaries have skyrocketed, the gap between starter and reliever is huge. So when that reliever gets that starting role, man, this is your opportunity to really put a lot of money into your bank account.
Yeah, exactly. It's been huge because they get that huge opportunity. It's big for them, so they get that extra motivated to pitch a good game as the starter because they know that they're a reliever and usually their bracket, and now they're getting the opportunity. It's like a promotion. You get a promotion up.
Major one.
You can go from this pay raise to this pay raise if you can pitch real well. So they're like, yeah! Woo! Wow! Yeah, you hit that. You can't hit that? We've seen it. We've seen good sides of it, and we've also seen some bad sides of these situations. Where we've had some starter pitchers this season that have not excelled in the starter role.
No, they get back, and usually, if you're a reliever, you just have a one-year contract. You're not getting a long-term contract, so you're not getting those long-term contracts as a reliever.
Well, exactly. So then now you can do dual purpose. You can go in there as a starter and as a reliever. So hey, it's win-win. What we're seeing, because it's like goalies, pitchers are harder to come by in this day and age. Not as many out there as what it used to be.
Yeah,
so it's harder to find that solid pitcher to, and then you want to find top 3 starting pitchers in the lineup. Yeah, tough. Tough for teams. That's why we've seen some relievers try to convert to starters this season.
Yeah, when Seth Lugo left the Padres, that kind of got my attention. Yeah, it makes sense. why he got stuck in a reliever role, why he didn't want to be a reliever anymore. It made a lot of sense to me. Of course, Zach Littell is another one of those he's one of those guys that's a tweener. I don't know if he's going to make it as a starter. He hasn't put, the numbers are not there yet, but he's still a work in progress. We'll see if Littell can stick in a rotation somewhere. But again, a lot of motivation for him to do well. Because, again, those are some things you look late in the season. Look for those guys that are on one-year contract. Look for those guys that are relievers converted into starters. Those are the guys that you look for to try to get value as we get into the later months of the season.
Exactly, because later in the season, these lines will not be as this coin flip price.
Yeah.
We know what's coming. Where we see the minus 350 favorites roll along, and you're like, oh, man. So these baseball games, you just look at just unbettable at that times. We're getting closer as the dog days start to wind down. We know baseball gets tougher and tougher to bet as the season goes on.
Yep, and you look for that expiring contract on a bad team, looking for value. See if you get a good value on a bad team.
Yeah, because you want to find it. You got to find that value in them and players that are playing for that contract next season. You know that they're going to give 200% when they're out there for you, especially when you've made a bet on them, and you know that they're going to give it up their all. Because they want the money as well.
Oh, yeah. And as we get late in the season, there may be managers asking relievers, hey, you guys want to start a few games? Keep an eye on those guys.
Exactly, right? We might see some. We might see some of those relievers that, hey, late in the game's nothing to play for. You want to give a shot as a starter? Here you go. Let's see how it goes.
There you go. Yeah, so you got to keep your eye open there because that's a huge motivation for that. I'm trying to think in the NBA when a six-man became a starter quickly, right? He got a huge contract. We talked about that last year.
Some guys that come off the bench that in some of this garbage time late in seasons definitely they step up and are bright.
Yeah, six-man got traded to Toronto, and he was a starter, right? And he was on a contract year. And you could see that level, that pay scale is dramatic when you're a bench guy versus a starting five. Same thing with a reliever versus starter. When they get that promotion, huge motivation to close it out.
Huge motivation. Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. From being a regular starter to the bench guy, big difference is that big jump up.
Yeah, big jump up there. We saw that with that the trade from Toronto, from Knicks to the Toronto Raptors. Raptors put him in the starting lineup, and he gets a huge contract here now on his contract year. All right, Rod here on the Twins here. We've seen it even up here since we were talking about this game. So there's been definitely some line movement here. All right, Rob, we got 4 in the CFL tonight, and they do it again where they keep it Thursday, one game a day, nice and easy to follow. So we start Thursday opener here, BC and Winnipeg. BC opens up 3.5, total 49.5.
Yeah, and you look this week in the CFL, it was all East teams. No West team got a win, including the Mouse. I told you, 0-14 loading for the Zelts. But you look at this first game here on Thursday on kickoff August. You know what? This Winnipeg team, they just find ways to lose. That was just ugly. I get what they were doing in that game at the closer to the end of the game. You kick the field goal and take the points. I know they tried to run it for the first down, and then that would have basically run out the clock, and then you kick the field goal, game over. Guess what? When you tried for it on third down, it cost you. And some fans are definitely mad at this Winnipeg team. And there's a reason why you guys are plus 3.5 dog at home. 1-7 ATS on the season this year. BC did lose to Calgary last time out, but I think BC comes in here a little bit hot and mad after that loss and the bye week here. I got to go with the BC Lions here. Laid the 3.5. I just can't trust Winnipeg. Some bad coach decisions, some just bumbling from this team that removed from the Grey Cup run. They just look awful this year due to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
All right, we'll continue on here on this opening line with the CFL with Rod. Montreal, Hamilton on Friday night. Montreal 3.5 on the road, total 50.5.
Yeah, and Montreal without their starting QB as well in that one. And you're going to lay 3.5 with Montreal? No thanks. Look at this Hamilton team. Starting to put things together. As I said, they got their first win. Figured they would have 2 wins by now. And guess what? I think they can make it 3. I'm going to take Hamilton outright in that one. They're starting to score, starting to put it together. I know they finished that Elks game a little bit sloppy. let Trey Ford come in there and run up 3 touchdowns late in the fourth, but that was a blowout already. They eased up and took their foot off the gas. I don't take too much onus in the garbage time of that game that Trey scored 3 touchdowns on him. Watch out, Hamilton's starting to roll. And you're going to give me 3.5? Take it. Hamilton plus the 3.5. Sprinkle on the outright win.
There are some 4s out there too, so there you go with Ron on the dog. Here we go on Saturday night. It's Edmonton at Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan 5.5, total 51.
Yeah, and then that one you're going to give me 5.5. I got to take it with the Elks because when the Elks aren't winning games, but they do cover games, and you're going to get 5.5 points here. I can guarantee that Trey Ford will start this game, or some heads are going to roll because the fans loved what they see. As I said, he came into that fourth quarter and he ripped off 3 touchdowns, moved the offense, passed for 121 yards, 3 touchdowns in 10 minutes of that fourth quarter. So you know he's going to get the start over Bethel Thompson in that one. Saskatchewan still without their starting QB. Still no news yet on whether their big starter on defense is going to suit up for this game. We'll know later on in the week whether he will or not. I'll have to update that down later on with Saskatchewan. But these games are always close. Saskatchewan and the Elks. 3-point game. And you gave me 5.5. Got to take the Elks plus the 5.5. Because everybody has seen what the Elks have been done, and they'll start jumping Saskatchewan. The line might go up by the time we talk about it next.
All right, here we go. We close it out Sunday night here. Toronto at Calgary. Toronto about 2.5 at open, total 49.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one, Calgary at home. I think I got to go with Calgary to bounce back. They lost, and they got thoroughly embarrassed by Ottawa in their last game. 33-6, wasn't even close in that one after upsetting BC the time before that. You look head-to-head between these two teams, and it's always a battle. Calgary's covered the spread because they've been a jog in the last few. This will be the first meeting this season, and a couple last season. Calgary won at home was 20-7, and Toronto won 39-31. I lean to an under 49.5, and I got to take Calgary. I think they kick that last second field goal, win by 3.
All right, there from Rod. Okay, we're still waiting for game 2 to start between Blue Jays and Orioles. Rod, we got a line here, $1.37 here for the Orioles, total 9.5.
Yeah, I would have to lay it. You know what? I like the over in this game. I can't believe it's 8.5 and it went down to 8. You look, Bowden Francis is going to get the start for the Jays in that one, and he's been awful. He's a reliever, and he's good for giving up a few runs. And then on the other side, you got Cade Povich getting the start for the Orioles, and he hasn't been much better over his last 3. He's sporting a 10 ERA. I like the over in game 2, just like we see in game 1. Runs come early and often. Take the over there.
These are 2 call-up guys that got called up from the minors to pitch this game, and they both were sent down for ineffectiveness. That's really what it is. 2 call-up guys.
That's what it is.
2 elders.
2 minor guys going. It's going to be bring your glove to the ballpark. You thought game 1 was long. Game 2 could be even longer.
Oh, no. Yankees got a home run by Judge, up 1-0 there as a dog here, so keep an eye on that one. Guardians up 2-0 early on the Tigers, top of the first, and we're going to start the Cubs and Reds shortly here. Cubs, $1.10, total 9.
Yeah, and look at this Cubs team. They've been actually putting some wins together, has been these Cubs. Thanks to their bullpen, which has been solid over the last 10. Sub-2 ERA at this coin flip price. I think I lean to the Reds. Why? Because it's Steven Italian on the mound for the Cubs. Every time I see that guy's name, I run the other way. Give me the Reds.
The Reds there here from Rod. Continuing here, we covered the Twins Mets. We're going to cover this game shortly. This one here, Reds and Cardinals here. Rangers and Cardinals. Rangers favored $1.14 on the road, total 8.5.
Yeah, you know, this one, this Texas team, don't look now, but you just got swept by the Blue Jays. And now you have to travel to Toronto into St. Louis and take on the Cardinals. And the Cardinals lost that series to Washington. They did salvage that win on Sunday. And they got to sleep in their own beds, did them Cardinals. So big difference from Texas having to fly from Toronto, heading to St. Louis. And I'm not an Eovaldi guy. Texas looked awful. Their offense looks like it's struggling. You know what? I got to go with the Cards to get the win in that one.
Cards get the win, that home and dog there. All right, our chat pick of the day is Braves and Brewers here. Brewers $1.14, total of 8.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with the Braves here. You look at the head-to-head. The dog has been dominant in the Brewers games. 7-1 has been the dog in the last 8 Brewers games. And I know Colin Ray is getting the start here for the Brewers, and he's been pretty solid. Grant Holmes, he's had his ups and downs. But what we've seen was this Braves offense and their bats are slowly starting to put things together. Just think they had a few more pieces here at the deadline, because Braves are going to be looking to add some pieces. I like the Braves here in this spot.
Braves in this spot, says Rod. Continue on here. We covered Pirates and Astros, covered Royals and White Sox, covered Nationals, and hey, we got them all covered for you. We got all the games covered for you here, and Rod cleaning them up. All right, Rod's show pick here will be Twins here at the plus 102. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight's action. About 9 games remaining here on the board here for Major League Baseball. Actually, 10 now. 10 on the board for Major League Baseball. Christmas, July. What do you have going on over at the site?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium, I got a few games for long-term subscribers, plus my 10-star play of the day. Crushed it yesterday with the Yankees in prime time. Looking to continue that run. We're 27-20 the last 47 of my 10-star play of the day. So join me with it singly. Or now's that time. Christmas in July is wrapping up. So grab my year pass. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. And save 50% off. So $8.50 works out to be less than a cup of coffee a day. I'll get you everything I got going from now right on through football season, right through the NHL season, NBA, college hoops. And NFL and football has been solid for me. As you can see, documented NFL and college football, both winning seasons last year. College football, I believe we had 3 straight winning seasons, looking to make it 4. I just got juiced out. I had 53% in that one season and paid a little bit of juice, but other than that, college football has been dominant for me, been my best sport since I've been here at Big Dog. So jump aboard. Don't forget that Christmas in July, and that's the best of going football season. As we said, starts this, 10 days? 7 days? 9 days? And we'll have NFL back, and before we know it, we'll be full deep in all 3 major sports: NBA, NHL, college football. I love college football this season. Can't wait. NFL is going to be exciting too.
That's right, guys. Christmas, July. Get on board with Rod Zawacky. That 1-year all sports pass. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Anything else you got?
Yeah, for me, my home run guy, I'm going to go with Royce Lewis of the Twins to crush a home run. Nice little plus 425 I got on that just before the show. So I'll take Royce Lewis to crush a home run for the Twins.
There you go.
Bonus play for everybody.
Bonus play there from Ron. All right, Ron. Have a great night. Catch up with you again tomorrow.
You as well, everybody. Crush it. Let's put that money in our pockets. Get them winners. See you guys tomorrow night.
All right, Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. We'll get to recap in a little bit. Just a reminder here, get these chat pick of the day here. We're going to close out shortly here. It has been Brewers here by an 8-2 margin. 1 here on the over, 3 on the under. Rod did say he liked the Braves there, so let's make it now 8-3 there between the Brewers and Braves. So keep them coming in. All right, let's get to, if you already voted, put your show pick into the chat. All right, here we go to the recap. Brian on Yankees plus 120. Jovan, run line with D-backs. Kirk on Pirates, Astros under. Joey on the KC Royals here with the run line. Rod on the Twins. I'll be Mariners here plus 112. The one I like the most here, I got that Kirk played Pirates, Astros under 7.5. Really like that one because Skeens goes pretty deep into games. Get that bullpen out of there. Indeed. All right, guys, let's get to my pick. You see the game right there. It will be the Mariners and the Red Sox will be on the Mariners in this game. Mariners coming off a pretty good weekend. Got them out of that. We got them out of that ballpark in Seattle. We get them into this hitters park here in Boston. We'll see them try to pick up their batting averages here as they face on a Boston team that has not been very good at home. A losing record for Boston at home. They've lost almost 6 units at home this year. Their bullpen at home, an ERA of 4.23. Seattle pitchers on the road hold teams at 234 hitting. And Boston at home has a minus 17 run differential. Let's take the Mariners here at the plus price. Plus 112 may be gone now. So this was put in about an hour ago. Let me see what the line is here. Plus 106 now. So there has been about a 6-point move on my side here. That's how it rolls. We got to live with it. All right, guys, check out Pick Dodge PM. Got a best bet on the board right now. Also, Got Christmas in July. Get on board with my 1 year all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for the year as we took $300 off our 1 year all sports pass. You can also apply the promo code PINK at checkout, save another $150, so a total of $450 off my 1 year all sports pass. They cover all the major sports here on Pink Dogs Premium. So get on board with me right now. All right, guys, let's close out this chat pick of the day for tonight. We're looking at the Mariners and Brewers, and the tally is going to be the Brewers. The Brewers is our chat pick of the day. 8 for the Brewers, 3 on the Braves, 1 to the over, 3 to the under. That is the results of our chat pick of the day. All right, so now it's time for you guys to go ahead and put in your show picks, and we'll go over them in just a bit. This is going to do it for this edition here of the Drive Thru. Back tomorrow live at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. Bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place and go to our place for your enroll time. Remember the morning show here during the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch, with Chris and Jay, and of course Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tool show is first 5 picks as well for you here, as well as his betting tool show. Also, we've got video series here from Brian with his contrarian sharp plays, Jovan with his parlay shorts, Kirk with his MLB totals in soccer, Joey with his NASCAR coming back in a week, and of course Ron Ronelli with his Major League Baseball rundown for you here on the show. Lots more here with Costy Sharp trading plays from Costy. All access with Big Al McMorty. We get some public betting here with our man Dana Lane and more, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications to be notified when these plays are released. All right, let's take a look at the show picks for today, guys. We've got here with the Blake here, Cardinals money line and under. Ramon likes the Twins with Rod. Also, we've got here, let's see here, Blake, Pirates game under 3.5 first 5 innings. Mets for Ron Crawford. Likes the Sox plus 1.5 as well for Ron. Let's see what else we've got here. Twins lay the half run first 5 innings from Blake. Run line there. Let's see here. Any more? All right, let's take a look here. Mets money line Justin 1890. Astros money line from the J-Man 45. Octavia likes Guardians, Twins, and the D-backs all on the money line. Pirates money line Octavia. Last call on your show picks, guys, before we close it out. All right, that's going to do it. So let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. We will wave goodbye to you guys.